to say that the sales market has had a real spring in its step from very early doors in January, with properties coming onto the market and selling as well. And the dilution in price, which many of us thought would be greater than it is currently. I mean, you're looking at offers being accepted at 2 and 3% below market value, being quite a common occurrence. That's a far better result than what I'm hearing anecdotally from Chester agents and Shrewsbury agents. So the Wrexham prices are holding up well in the current climate, where mortgage rates are still far higher than they were 18 months, 2 years ago. The one thing I would say is that the number of people looking to view properties for sale is significantly less than where we were 18 months ago, 2 years ago. So the same intensity is not in the market, and we're getting more normalised numbers in terms of people wanting to view particular properties. The market has started off surprisingly well, and there's a cause of optimism in that sense that people are still feeling confident of the market and properties are moving through very steadily. With regards to lettings, I'm sure you'll remember it was reported widely amongst the press and the newspapers that Wrexham has got, in terms of the average number of people interested in viewing rental properties, it's got the highest number in the UK as a whole. 56 people for every single property as an average. We had a property for rent in Acton recently where we had over 150 registered interest in viewing that property. There's a 30 to 40% reduction on rental properties compared to where we were prior to the pandemic. In addition, I think it's fair to say that a lot of landlords have been scared off by the new legislation that came through on the 1st of December 2022. And taken together, it has meant that we haven't now got enough rental property to service the need and the requirement that's generated from within the needs of the town itself. Now, there are people with a political persuasion that believe the issue here should be sorted by having publicly owned property, publicly owned houses. Now, whether you think that's right or wrong, I'll tell you one thing for certain. Increasing the housing stock on the public side cannot be afforded by any potential government now. So that ain't going to happen. Certainly not for the medium term. It's not going to happen. And even if it started today, you're still talking about several years before that would have any kind of impact. The answer has to be in the private rented sector. At the moment, nobody in positions of influence and power seems to want to recognise the real crisis that the rental sector in Wales, in Wrexham, is in right now.